What's this? A power level? But from where? From who? I better not hold back this time. Oh shit. So Dragon Ball Xenoverse was like a really awesome Dragon Ball Z game. I loved it. I loved it so much. Played the shit out of it. And now Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is out. And I don't think I could ever go back to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 ever again. In my eyes, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is everything a sequel should be. Take everything about the first game and improve upon it. The combat system has been completely rehauled and revamped, allowing players to be more strategic with their combos, and also allowing them to be more creative with their combos. One of the most noteworthy additions to the combat system is definitely going to be the stamina break. When you get hit with one of these things, your stamina gets wrecked, and then you're going in for some pain at the pain shack. I don't know. Transformations returning from the first game also get changed, but for the better. You can no longer spam ultimates with Super Saiyan. Now Super Saiyan works as like a stat boost. But on top of that, they also added some new transformations for every race, including giant Namekians. I hate giant Namekians. These guys are so overpowered, I just want to build a wall and just keep out all the giant Namekians. New missions like expert missions and raid bosses have also been added, which is pretty much you with 5 other players online against one badass boss character. The bosses will have special abilities where they can mind control other players or throw a giant keyball blast at you, and all your teammates have to work together to try to send it back. Now, something that I thought was really cool is that you can actually transfer your file from the first game, and now your character from the first game is known as the hero that saved time. Not to be confused with that guy. And your character from Xenoverse 1 will instead be a non-playable character that plays a role in the whole new single-player story campaign. Even the PvP has been dramatically improved from the first game. Combos will still drop every once in a while on PS4, but I found a majority of the matches on PC to run pretty smooth. Far from perfect, but actually still good enough to get addicted to. They even added a training mode, so you can actually practice your combos, learn what setups work and what doesn't work, see exactly how much damage you're dealing. On top of all this, even the frame rate's been improved from the first game. Whereas the first game on PS4 ran at 30 frames per second, this game runs at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. Now, before this game was even released, I saw people complaining that it looks just like the first one, and this should have been DLC. And to that I say, no shit, it looks like the first game, it's a sequel! As long as the core game has been improved and mechanics have been added, to me it's no different than saying Sonic 1 is the exact same thing as Sonic 2, or Street Fighter 4 is the same as Street Fighter 5. They're dramatically different, but at face value they can look the same. A lot of content from the first game was reused for the second game, like stages and parallel quests. But to be honest, the parallel quests follow the timeline of the Dragon Ball Z story, so it makes sense that they would just reuse that. But even then, new enemies show up during them, so they're not exactly the same. I've heard other complaints, like people wanted Saiyan Tails, or they were upset that Super Saiyan Blue wasn't an option, but I feel like they focused on what was important about what makes a sequel a sequel. Personally, I think it would be really cool if you like killed an enemy that couldn't be revived, you know, like a Frieza minion or something with a Ki Blast Super and Ultimate, and they just disintegrated. Of course, this game's not perfect. It falls victim to what I like to call early access-itis. There's a lot of bugs and glitches, expert missions won't work properly, or PvP matches will disconnect frequently, skills and supers won't hit properly and enemies will fall out of them. There's already been a few patches that fixed a majority of the issues, but I'm sure they'll patch the rest of them in the future. On top of that, the audio levels are all over the place. Sometimes the audio is crazy loud, and other times it's like really quiet and you can't hear it. Some of the audio sounds really bad too, like it's peaking or being blown out. Like all of Perfect Cell's audio just sounds awful. To me, the game is good enough to where it outweighs the bad, and maybe that's because I grew up playing Dragon Ball Z games like Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. God, look how fucking bad this is. We used to play this shit and love it. You kids out there complaining about not having your Saiyan Tails or your Super Saiyan Blue, I really hope this gives you some sort of perspective. Now you understand how naive you were. If If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, I can't recommend this game enough. Absolutely worth full price. And with future updates and DLC, it's only gonna make it better. And if you're not a fan of Dragon Ball Z, I don't know, fuck you, watch Naruto.
Go on! Go on!
A huge shout out and some love to my top Patreons, Jack the Ripper and Graphics Kong. Thanks guys for the support while I make videos and stream. Also a special shout out to my Twitch subscribers and donators. You guys are awesome. Thanks. Fuck. Alright, here we go. Where is it? We can't. Alright, you're gonna start with a low, which is down.